If walking your dog is the chore of your day, it shouldn't be. It should be the joy of your day, and this is how you achieve it. So then guys, this is Reggie. Reggie's an American Bulldog, and he is now 2 weeks into his 4-week stay with me and my sanctuary project. Unfortunately, he was surrendered to a shelter nearly 4 years ago, and nobody's been interested in giving him a home. He's displayed a few behavior problems, but what we're going to do is we're spending the 4 weeks getting him to beautiful standards, turning him into a perfect canine companion, ready to be rehomed. And we're going through that process with one of the main problems, which is his pulling. Now, when he first came into me, when we start working on heel, we have to teach what it is that we do want from him. So I have to teach him the heel position. Now, the way in which we do that is, first of all, we have to charge up our markers. We have to be able to communicate when he's done the right thing. And what that looked like was a couple of initial days of just waiting for his attention, yes, and paying him. Yes, and paying him. And we do dozens and dozens of reps of that to get our yes word to really mean something. That's really useful. Then we start working on getting him following a law with me and understanding that following the law will result in him getting the treat. We then spent a few days focusing on that, and then we teach the heel position that looks like following the law, yes, until he's in the position that I want, marking it and rewarding that position. Yes. And then from there, we can start adding steps. Yes. 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 And that's the first step of how I teach dogs to go from terrible pulling through to beautiful walking, is teaching them what it is that I do want in the first place. So once I've got through the process of helping Reggie understand what it is that I do want from him, and then in a nice low distraction environment that's setting him up for success, what I then need to do is build some engagement with him, and I need to really start to help him understand that he has to stay by my side on a loose lead. Now, the best way that I've found to do that is something that I call my tune-up drill. Now, the tune-up drill, when I do it, often happens really fast. But we luckily filmed his very first tune-up drill that we're going to show you a little bit of now. But it's important that you understand the goal of the tune-up drill isn't to teach heel, it's to build engagement with the dog, and it's to getting them to understand that they must look up to me for guidance and direction. And little spoiler alert, the only way that they can look up to me for guidance and direction when we're on a walk is be by my side or just behind me. Then when we pair those two things together, we can move into the next steps, which is where perfect loose lead walking anywhere is really achievable. Now, before I show you some of the next steps with my mate Reggie here about how I'm taking him through to walking beautifully on a loose lead, I understand that this is a lot to digest in a short YouTube video. So if you're struggling at home with your dog and getting them to go from terrible pulling through to perfect loose lead walking, and you want some more help, I've got a course that covers exactly that. It's my No More Pulling Masterclass course. And what's great is that it is included in my Perfect Canine Companion bundle. So not only will you get my No More Pulling course, but yeah, my reactivity course, my crate training course, my recall course, my Leadership is Love course, my daily drills course, my mandatory obedience course, all of it's included. And I have a massive discount just to thank you for supporting me and my mate Reggie and everything that we do here at the Sanctuary. So if you want to learn more about that course, click the link below. It'll help you be able to have exactly the same amount of success. And any questions that you might have as we're watching this video, I guarantee it's covered in that course. You'll learn everything you need to learn. All the profits support my mate Reggie and all of the other Sanctuary dogs that we work with at my Sanctuary. But you'll get back to do some more training. Let's do it. Come on, break. So then guys, once you've taught the dog what it is that you do want from them and what you mean by heel, and we've gone through that tune-up drill, so we've taught them the language of the lead pressure, we found the right tool for them, we can communicate when they're not paying attention and bring that attention back to us. Now we can start the process of putting all of that together. And to do so, I call my magic green circle game. And all I want you to imagine is that attached to my left ankle is that there's a green circle. And if my mate Reggie stays in that green circle, he's going to get periodically paid and rewarded for staying in that circle. If he goes outside of that circle, I'm going to use my taps on the lead. And remember, we're popping on the lead. We're not pulling. We're not playing tug of war. So if he goes out the circle in front, he's going to get tapped back into the circle this way. If he goes out of the circle to the left, he'll get tapped in this way. If he's drifting behind, I'll tap him in. And what we're trying to do is teach him that this magic green circle zone is the zone that you should always be in, because that's when the rewards come from. And if you drift out of that zone because you're not paying attention to me, or even worse, making silly decisions, those decisions are going to get interrupted. So should we get up, mate? Come on. Let's go. Heel. Yes. So we're going to play the game. So I'm moving this way, similar to our tune-up drill. Inside turn, inside turn. He stays in the circle, he gets paid. Outside turn. He's fallen out the circle. Tap, tap, tap to bring him in. Inside turn, inside turn. Getting paid, lovely. Nice 180, beautiful. Outside turn, does he keep up this time? Yeah, better, good. You give him slightly the benefit of the doubt. Outside turn. I remember with my mate Reggie, I've got to give him a bit of time just to chew his treat. Oh, this is looking lovely. Really nice. Really nice. Give him a second to eat his treat. Outside turn. Outside turn. He catches up. Nice. Give him time to slow down. Inside turn. Good. Inside turn. Good. And we've been playing this game for the last few days as we sharpen it up. And this is just that process of putting the two things together, helping him understand to make the good choice is always the good choice. Make that good choice and good things happen. Make the bad choice and I'm going to have to interrupt that bad decision. And what we do is we play this game a couple of times a day in different environments. So we started in low distraction, down in my centre. Then we're out in my training paddock where there's lots of sights and smells and sounds of different dogs and different animals. Traffic going past, just increasing that distraction level. And we keep playing this game for a couple more days so that we can get things rock solid. And then we can move into the last step, which is starting to really proof the behavior in real world situations, which is essentially now just taking your dog for beautiful loose lead walks. It's all well and good me being able to do it in my training center. It's all well and good me being able to do it in my training paddock. But to set Reggie up for maximum long-term success, we need to be able to do it in the real world. And that's exactly what we're doing now. So we're leveling up that distance that we're going for the walks, the duration that we're going for the walks, the distraction level, so we can get to this point right now where we can be walking through a town surrounded by people, traffic, cars, other dogs, and maintain this level of beautiful focus, beautiful engagement, and beautiful behavior, which has got him to a point now where he's ready to be rehomed, because his behavior on the lead out in the real world is beautiful. And you just have to follow the process that we've outlined in this video and you can have the same results yourself at home. And remember, if you want more details, that's exactly what our Perfect Canine Companion course is for. There'll be a link in the description box below, and all the profits goes to supporting our sanctuary and working with dogs like Reggie here. So get out there, become a high-level, loving leader for your dog and enjoy your own Perfect Canine Companion.